I'm Elspeth Mayer with Calgary Economic Development. When you've made the tough decision to lay off staff, the manner in which you treat those people will affect your reputation for years to come. Hear from some of Calgary's top HR experts on ways to ensure your company is well positioned for success.
Transition services have become a social responsibility. At the heart of it, it's a psychological contract. You have it with your employer, I have it with mine. And part of that contract, rightly or wrongly, is that we expect that we will have employment as long as we perform to the objectives. A sudden financial shift in the marketplace, change of fortunes, or maybe all those good things, really don't justify terminating me with cause.
Probably the biggest thing is recognizing that people's stress and anxiety have gone up and bringing in people to assist in how employees and managers get through that, whether it's independent consultants, whether it's bringing in the company that provides your EAP program, reminding employees of the services that are out there and the facilities that are out there for them to utilize. So it's constant communication between the managers and the employees that there is help there.
I think it's always important to protect your brand as an employer, whether you're in good times or in times where you're struggling. There's obviously going to be a limit to what you can do from a financial perspective, depending on the health of your balance sheet and what have you. Especially in Calgary, it's a relatively small community, and your reputation as an employer can be tarnished.
So in organizations that have gone through a very difficult decision, which is having to lay off staff, by ensuring that those staff are treated extremely well in the outplacement setting, either by your company or by a third-party company, what you're doing is not only showing them respect, you're maintaining your credibility as an organization, you're tied back to your own values as an organization. So at the end of the day, you've done it and you've done it correctly. It's very difficult for companies to maintain their credibility if they say one thing and do something else.
How you treat the people that are leaving can become an important part of how you manage the survivors after a layoff.
Don't see outplacement services in the same cost-cutting mentality, being like as a commodity and lowest price provider does the job. That's a high-risk strategy. You know, if you've got somebody who maybe quite rightly needs 3 months, 6 months of ongoing support, and you give them 3 weeks, 6 weeks, you're going to have trouble. I mean, it's going to be a sense of disappointment that goes forward. That travels back into the organization.
I can't imagine anything more difficult than delivering that message and then saying, right, get out the door and we've got no support for you. So it allows them to manage that relationship as we would all want it managed professionally and really well done, so that reputation within the company is maintained, and externally. This company is going to be recruiting again, you know, you hope in 6 months or a year or 2 years, might even, ironically, be recruiting that person.
Candidates who go through a job, an outplacement kind of program, are far more successful in the job search process than those who don't have any. The difference in terms of time unemployed is significantly different. So it's got a lot of values to the company, and it's got a lot of values to the employees.
Brands aren't built in a day. The way in which you behave on the last day you employ someone are bound to affect their perception for years to come. Share your experiences and learn more with Calgary Economic Development.